Welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to the Accursed. Tell me, have you ever heard of the orderly? You know, my grandmother, she hated hospitals. I always thought it was because she reached that age where you develop the view that when you go into hospital, you're far less likely to leave it. When people reach a certain age, they associate certain places, people, events, rituals with a greater likelihood of death. So I wasn't too shocked by this. But it was only in her last couple of weeks of life that she explained exactly why she hated hospitals. She told me the story of the orderly. Now, before I go on, I have to say that my belief is that the orderly is just an urban legend, just a piece of urban folk horror. After all, there's no way the orderly could exist in so many hospitals, according to so many accursed, unless it is an urban legend. But let's entertain grandmother's tale for a while. Let's assume it's real. Because according to grandmother, the orderly lurks in the silent hallways of city hospitals during the late hours, a being that blends perfectly with its surroundings, mimicking the appearance of hospital staff, nurses, janitors, doctors. There's always something slightly wrong about its appearance, of course. Maybe its gait is too smooth, its smile is too wide, or its badge shows no name, no face upon it. According to grandmother, the origins of this orderly were quite tragic, as you would imagine. A hospital porter, someone in the 1950s, overworked, unnoticed, always used the same service elevator. By ritual habit, an old service elevator that you had to crank to make it go up and down, while all the rest of the hospital staff by this point were using electric elevators. The orderly always used to say, "This one's my ticket," with a laugh, saying that's where I'll be. And no one really contested it, frankly. The orderly was always a little strange, and so nobody wanted to ride with him. Unfortunately, it was in his service elevator that he died. Most assume by a heart attack, though it's very difficult to tell, given he rotted rapidly. Considering he was found 2 weeks after his death, best guess. His body had practically disintegrated into mulch by the time it was discovered. The thing is, he had no family, no one reported him missing, and his manager didn't even notice he wasn't at work for the first week. He kept putting shifts on other people, and when he was gone, he thought, he's probably sick, I won't bother him for another couple of weeks or so. So there he was. He could have been holding on to life for a while in that elevator, hoping someone would discover him, but no, that's where he died. It's where he was found. And when he was, the hospital deleted him from their records, removed his ID, reassigned his shifts. They moved on. He did not. And so now he stalks the hospital, somewhere close to 7 feet, waxy, pallid skin like an old medical mannequin. His uniform always pristine, but outdated. Sometimes wearing a nurse's dress from the 1930s, maybe a porter's uniform from the 1940s, or a surgeon's coat, utterly white, gleaming. Now, the orderly appears normal until you blink. That's when you see there's far too many teeth in the mouth. The eyes are a little too hollow. There's a mask-like grin upon his face, or the face is mimicking yours. And what's more, the orderly is utterly silent for as long as you have him within your sight. But when you turn your back, you'll start hearing the squeaking of wheelchair or trolley wheels, or the beeping of a monitor behind you. According to grandmother, the orderly only ever appears between the hours of 1:11 and 16 minutes to 5. Or to put it another way, 1:11 and 4:44 a.m. Always in low traffic areas, unused wings, maintenance hallways, behind staff doors. He approaches patients and exhausted staff, offering help, pushing wheelchairs that aren't needed, or asking, "Is it time for your procedure, dear?" If followed, He'll vanish around a corner, but those who persist in looking for him often disappear for real. Sometimes their bodies are found in an old service elevator. Sometimes people wake up with their hospital wristband with a name on it they don't recognise, or a label that's marked "Discharge Never." You can always tell when the orderly is near because elevator doors might open without request, intercoms whisper static phrases like "room ready," "all clear for harvest," beds might roll down hallways with no one pushing them, glitches in hospital computer systems, patients marked deceased moments before they die, security footage that shows staff talking to thin air until the orderly's figure appears in frame behind them. Grandmother was terrified of the orderly. I always assumed she had something to do with the man that died. She never confirmed that because she had to go to hospital soon after. And that's where she expired, as old people often do. I remember the last thing she told me about the orderly. Never respond to unfamiliar stuff, she said, during the dead hours. If you don't know that nurse, if you don't know that porter, just pretend they are not there. If you hear squeaking wheels behind you, do not look back. If a staff member has no reflection on a polished surface, leave immediately. And of course, avoid the elevators between the hours of 1 and 5 a.m. Take the stairs, even if the lights are out. Remember that hospitals never close. The orderly never clocks out. If you see someone walking the halls who shouldn't be there, just pass him by. Maybe he'll ignore you. Thank you very much for watching.